Hello, and welcome to another episode of Nerd Nonsense. I am your host for today, Nero, and this is...
This is Makoto!
And we're back with part 2 of our nonsensical anime tier list. I'm going to drop the screen already because you don't need to see that. And we are back right where we left off, in the same positions. Nothing has changed.
As you see, there is no trash anime.
Yet.
Nor will there be.
No, is that a challenge?
No.
All right.
Oh man, we're starting things strong with Katekyo Hitman Reborn, huh?
Yep.
Have you seen it?
I have not. Have you? I think you brought it up to me.
I am very much aware of it.
Damn.
It doesn't have an ending.
That's unfortunate.
So it fell off. So obviously that must attest to its writing, right? There's definitely some diehard fans for it. And I
had a friend who was a diehard fan.
It is a pretty cool show. Very interesting concept. So the boy Suna has he has a little friend called Reborn. It's a little guy with a gun.
Yeah, I've seen him.
Yeah. And then main thing was his rival character, Goku Dera, uses explosives, which is...
Oh?
Yeah. So I'm like, oh, interesting. Bakugo. Only he uses like actual explosives and not his sweat. So
gotcha.
I want to give it mid.
Sure.
Because it was pretty cool when I was watching it. But I also know it fell off and never ended. So I don't know. Part of me wants to say below mid. It's also a long one. It's also like a 200 plus episode one.
Do you want to do below mid?
My brother might hate me for doing that. I'll put mid.
Okay.
I mean, he doesn't watch these, but
you never know.
Yeah. Next one.
Record of Ragnarok.
I do not know this one.
Okay.
No, you told me about this one, though.
I definitely talked about it because I adore the manga.
Mm-hmm.
The anime's a thing.
How much of a thing is it, Nero?
The anime's not a great adaptation. Me and my sister watch it to meme on it.
Okay,
because it's got horrendously bad CGI at times. It's still like, right? It's one of those where like, man, if the show's still somehow kind of hype, but comparison to the manga, which is giga hype.
So is it Berserk level bad animation?
It gets close sometimes. Especially in the first season. Second season not as bad. First season does sometimes. There's a scene where, so the premise of Record of Ragnarok, if I haven't told you already, I feel, or just for the viewers, is battle between God and humanity for the fate of humanity. It's basically just a giant tournament arc between gods and humans. 12 humans from history and 12 gods from all the different mythologies. Duke it out. 1-on-1 v1 tournament style. It's really hype. Like, holy shit hype.
So how'd the anime fuck it up?
With not great animation.
Okay.
Which, a show that's 99% fight.
You kind of need that. Yeah.
You kind of need that.
You can't really rely on still manga panels for that,
Yeah, it's like and the art in the manga is so gorgeous.
Yeah.
It did not translate perfectly. It's just some weird choices here and there. There is a scene where Zeus comes out for the second fight, and Hermes plays on a violin, a theme song for him, right?
Mm-hmm.
And in the anime, Hermes is full Berserk CGI level, and it's just like, what is happening? It's right. So if this was the manga, it'd be God tier. The anime's below mid.
Wow.
It dropped that hard. Like,
yeah.
When I say, if you want to consume Record of Ragnarok, that premise sounds interesting, read the manga. I know the Latin American anime community loves the manga. It's really popular. Not enough people talk about it in the Western fandom. Please, more people need to read this manga. It's so good.
Mm-hmm.
It is like the ultimate who's who, right? You got first fight is Lu Bu versus Thor. Right? Chinese general Lu Bu and Thor. Second episode, Zeus versus Adam from the Bible.
Adam from the Bible. Was he known for fighting?
Well, the way they do it here is since Adam is the prototype for all humanity, he is the prototype for like all fighters. And
That's so funny.
The way
and Zeus is like prototype for gods, right?
Low key, yeah. And then the way that humans are able to stand a chance is the other name for Record of Ragnarok is the last of the Valkyries, or the end of the Valkyries. So they fuse with the myth of the Valkyrie giving humans weapons called Volunders. So they fuse with the Valkyries to get a special divine weapon. And Adams is a freaking brass knuckle. So it's just the ultimate fist fight between him and Zeus.
That is wild.
There's honestly some great fights. All like throughout. My favorite fight is Jack the Ripper versus Hercules. Like,
damn,
it's such a good fight. So highly recommend if you like batshit insane, hype as fuck fights.
Okay, what's this next one?
Terror in Resonance.
I haven't heard of that one.
So it was written by the same writer of Cowboy Bebop.
Oh.
And I think the same music, I believe. It is about terrorists.
Oh.
Doing a terror attack on Tokyo. And messing with the police and like doing like uploading videos on YouTube saying they're gonna plant bombs and shit.
So, Nero, how do you support their cause? Which is exactly how you're gonna rate this, because we don't want to be seen as defenders.
It's a very interesting show. It gives Death Note vibes in that you are following clearly the villains of the story.
Yeah.
Shut up. At times.
Sorry, I forgot to silence my phone.
It's a very short one. I don't think it. It had a lot of promise. I think. I just think it fell short.
Again,
my memory's a little foggy of it because this was back in 2011. I think it came out. 11 to 12.
You're sure?
I'm going to say mid.
Mid? Okay.
Yeah.
As we will claim here on Nerd Nonsense, terrorists are mid.
Terrorists
Don't do
are
it.
Mid.
Don't do it.
ReZero.
I hear it's good.
Okay, you haven't seen it. All right, before I go on my thing, this is my favorite isekai.
Is it? Okay. I think that tracks too. It is like, I hear it's really good, and it definitely has its following. You know,
so,
Rem lovers.
I am one. I have, I think, 6 Rem figures.
Oh, are you familiar with Tiny Warlord 07 in Luna's chat?
Yeah, she also
her boyfriend owns so much Rem merch.
It's just, Rem's such a good character.
You know how people get glass cases for their figures?
Yeah.
He has a Rem glass case.
Love that.
I'm about to get him a blanket.
Yeah, I love ReZero. ReZero is it is my favorite isekai. I think it has phenomenal writing. This is like where when people say all isekai is trash, I'm like, bitch, look at ReZero. ReZero notoriously had a 1-hour first episode, right?
It definitely was like an isekai high, right?
Yes.
Like there definitely was one like around the time Sword Art Online came out, or post Sword Art Online, I should say.
It was post. It was a couple years after.
Yeah. I felt like Sword Art Online triggered it obviously wasn't the first isekai, but I feel like it's what triggered the huge isekai high.
100%. Triggered the boom, and then middling quality. There was like a peak when there was a lot of really good isekai coming out, and and then it's kind of fallen off ever since.
Okay.
ReZero, though, premise wise, is guy transport another world. He thinks it's gonna be like, oh yeah, it's gonna be great. I'm an isekai, I'm in whatever, you know. I'm gonna get the special power. His special power is when he dies, he goes back in time to a checkpoint, which is not a great power. I mean, you're immortal essentially, but you remember. It's not like he turns off the pain.
Yeah.
Subaru starts off as a standard otaku incel, like, piece of shit, right? He's not.
Yes.
And he goes through some of the best character development I have seen. Like, he is hard to watch. There is a point in the middle of season 1 that is so unlike the amount of secondhand embarrassment, the amount of like he's doing cringe white knighty incel behavior shit that is hard to watch, and the way he like down spirals after that, but then realizes like there's a reason people love Rem is because Rem is the one who taught like woke him the hell up.
Yeah.
And he has gone through such amazing character development where like it really is. It's such a heavy character development show. Season 2, especially, not a lot of action, is very character driven, character like development driven. Season 3 is coming out next year. Super hyped for it. I think ReZero is god tier show. I think it's like the way it handles the world building, the way it does its character writing is all phenomenal.
I know Luna's take was that she could not continue because of Subaru. She hated Subaru. That's what it sounds like. You say like it was their intention was for you to hate Subaru.
Yes. Okay. It's the Shinji Ikari effect.
Okay.
Right? Shinji Ikari is a very hateable protagonist at times.
Yeah.
Everyone in Evangelion is very hateable at times.
Yeah.
Subaru is just like that. He is not supposed to be a great character at the beginning. It is the journey. It is literally, the show's called ReZero, Starting Life from Zero. And there's a point in the show where it's called Starting from Zero. It's like halfway through season 1. And it's like, oh, he's finally now hit ground bottom zero. Time to actually now become a decent person.
Yeah.
I think it's like the true... This, and there's another show we'll get to later that I think capture the true essence of isekai, what it should be about.
Okay.
Star Wars Visions.
That is your territory.
Yeah. Have you ever seen Visions?
I love the concept of the guy with the lightsaber that can't turn off.
Okay. Star Wars Visions is... Actually, I'm surprised you haven't seen it, because this is the best, in my opinion, the best Star Wars content to come out under Disney. Because it is free of restraint, it's free of lore, right? It's not canon, so you don't have to care. It adhering to lore. It's just, what cool shit can we do with the Star Wars IP?
Mm-hmm.
And they do.
Yeah, I definitely do want to watch it. I hear some really cool things about it.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just some sort of effect where I just, unless I know exactly what I want to watch when I turn on Disney Plus, I never watch anything.
Yeah.
It's like I find myself just scrolling on Disney Plus going like, oh, hey, they have this movie. And then I move on to the next one.
Yeah. It is, right, each episode is self-contained. They're all individual stories. Varying degrees of greatness. Some I think are standout, like, amazing. Some I think are just okay. Overall, I think the average is about to... I want to say it's good. I think I think there's way more... It's either good or above mid.
Okay. You can put it in good. Like, you have more merit than I do. And as far as my merit, I love the concept of the guy who can't turn off his lightsaber and he has to sheath it.
Yeah, that episode's fun. It's a Kurosawa film. That's like...
Mm-hmm.
And then the Trigger episode is so balls to the walls crazy.
Yeah.
I also love the Science Sorrow episode. There's 2 Science Sorrow episodes, but one is like an Astro Boy parody, essentially. They do really cool things with the Star Wars world. Yeah, I highly recommend you check it out specifically, because I think there's a lot of episodes you'll dig.
Okay.
I put this one here especially because you mentioned it, we talked about it a little bit. This is probably both fuzzy for us. SD Gundam. The Chibi Gundam show.
I couldn't make out what that was. I loved SD Gundam growing up. I know that much. I loved it. I had figures of Captain Gundam. There was what's his name? His name was Zero, but I don't remember like the rest of his name. And then there's Baku Netsumoru was his name. And then there was Grappler Goof, and there was one other like villain character. I loved the concept of a chibi Gundam.
Yep.
And there's one episode specifically where Baku Netsumoru was feeling down or something. So all the friends decided to make rice balls for him. Because it was his favorite food. And in my whole head, I'm going, how does he eat?
He's a robot.
Yeah.
I remember I have distinct memories of this show as a kid.
Yeah.
It's probably mid.
Probably trash, honestly.
It honestly probably is trash.
No, we could put it at mid.
It's probably mid.
Yeah.
It's probably mid, all right?
Yeah, like I mean, when we saw it, we were kids, so it's like little pea brain going like, "Ooh, look at that! Look at the Gundam.
It's probably mid, ain't it?
It's tiny. It's my size."
Yeah. Promise Neverland. This is a tale of two seasons.
Uh-huh.
Have you seen Promise Neverland or read it?
Nope.
Okay. Do you know the controversy around Promise Neverland?
No.
Season 1, beloved, great season, good tier. Season 2, they said what manga? Fuck the manga. Went off the rails, garbage. So I don't know where to put it. Might average out to mid between right because the last season 2 trash.
Like, okay, what do you think was more jarring? How good season 1 was, or how bad season 2 was?
How bad season 2 was. Because season 1 was so good.
Because I'm just saying, we need to fill up that below mid.
All right, we can throw below mid.
Yeah.
It kind of it fills out, you know.
Like, okay, so let's say it was season 1 was good, right? How good would you say season 1 was?
Good tier.
Like good tier. Okay, so I'd say that probably evens out to below mid.
Yeah, season 2 is absolute trash.
Yeah.
Yeah. Moving on, Sailor Moon.
I feel like Sailor Moon's also iconic. It's
yes.
the staple magical girl show.
Yes.
However, I do think it definitely does hit this point where it is like monster of the week.
Yeah.
Monster of the week. Let's take care of it. Transform. 15-minute long transformation sequence. Take care of the monster. Boom. Stronger than Goku.
Would you say it suffers from the dragged outness of that 90s era of like Dragon Ball Z does?
Probably. And also, I think it is stuck behind the premise of like it is a show that a lot of people like can't get past how girly it is, you know?
Yeah.
And especially if you have like the toxic masculinity like mindset.
It is a very shoujo-ass shoujo.
Yes. So I want to put it at good. Because there's another magical girl show that I want to put at God that I think helped to revolutionize the magical girl genre.
Okay.
I think you know what I might be talking about.
Maybe. Watch, we put this at good, and Luna comes back. Luna hears, and she's like, "What the fuck are you guys doing?" Luna, notorious Sailor Moon fan.
And also, we have not seen at least I don't know about Nero, but I haven't seen the new Sailor Moon stuff.
I've only seen 2. I saw 2 episodes when it was airing, and then I was like, I think the animation quality wasn't that great, but then I heard later on that they fixed it up with the Blu-rays. So I've always been meaning to go back.
Oh, like Super.
Yeah. So, all right, Cardcaptor Sakura.
This is one that I wish we had Luna for.
I have actually seen Cardcaptor Sakura.
Okay.
So,
okay.
I don't know if you know what they did back in the day.
I don't think she has seen Cardcaptor Sakura.
Oh, damn.
I thought she did. I remember when we were suggesting this. I thought she did. She didn't.
So, I don't know if you know what they did back in the day, but to palette this show to boys, they gave it the most hype-ass anime intro.
Yeah.
To make Cook Poison. And it worked, because guess what? I watched the shit out of this show.
Okay.
I really love Cardcaptor Sakura.
Okay.
Right? They snuck a shoujo show into my stupid shonen boy brain, and it was really cool. It was my first.
And now I introduce shoujos to you for the rest of your life.
I think it's above mid.
Okay. Yeah, we can put it there.
I think
there's a nice little spot for it.
It's a really solid magical girl show. It's got a cool concept with the cards.
Mm-hmm.
I like the characters. It was a fun show, and man, that English opening, it hit.
Mm-hmm.
All right, now we're going to the JoJo stretch. I divided JoJo up into its parts because that's how true JoJo fans divide things.
Okay.
Or
my only experience with JoJo is the openings.
Okay.
Pillarman song.
Yeah.
And the abridged for the first season.
Okay. I have watched. I am a JoJo fan, so
yeah.
The only part I have not finished is part 6 because Netflix screwed up the schedule and I haven't been able to get to it.
Now I know JoJo's has its stands, and not as a joke with the Lord, but I mean, like, you know, it stands, like the people love it. People love it, and I definitely understand that much.
JoJo, sorry, starting with this is season 1, which is part 1 and 2. So this is the only weird one because it's 2 parts in one. Part 1, I would say, is above mid. Part 2 is good for me.
I hear part 1 is like the weakest part because it is just creating the
foundation.
Like it is just creating the foundation. Yeah.
Yes. I want to average it out because there's only 8 episodes of part 1 in the first season. The rest is part 2. I want to say it's good.
Okay.
Joseph, part 2's JoJo, is my favorite JoJo. Joseph Joestar.
Yeah.
Notoriously, I think most people's favorite JoJo. He's such a fun character, and that is where the Pillarmen come from.
Yes.
And you get that amazing track. This is when the show was about kung fu guys fighting vampires.
Okay.
And Mayan gods who were the progenitors of vampires.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty bizarre. Then we get to part 3, and that's when stands get introduced.
Yeah.
This one is very monster of the week. As manga were back then, I think it's to its detriment a bit. I know a lot of people love part 3. I think it is. It's like right under. It's right above part 1 for me. So I think it is above mid.
Okay.
It also goes on a really long time. That is like 50 episodes, with a lot of it just being monster of the week. So part 4 is my favorite part, and I think it is God tier.
All right, I will take your word for it.
It is, or rather, Persona 4 is just JoJo Part 4 because this came first. But it is literally the same. It is. Why is Persona 4 so good? Because it's copying JoJo Part 4. From the personas to the murder mystery in a small town to the small town vibes, it's just a really fun show. It's got a cool mystery behind it. The cast is likable, and it feels like a cozy cast, a nice, cozy, good cast. And it's got some of the. And it's when they start to really play with stands and how interesting the powers can be. Right, like you have the main character's power is everything that the stand hits gets fixed. And how do you play with that kind of power?
Mm-hmm.
That's a cool shonen power, you know.
Yeah.
It doesn't do damage; it fixes things. So how do you play with that in that kind of sandbox? Part 5 is Gangstas. I think it's also good. That is the gangster arc, and that is when the drip becomes immaculate.
Because
all these men are the most dripped out motherfuckers on the face of the earth. Look at them. You can't see it from here, right? You get to squint, but they're dripped out.
I've seen them. Look. The thing is, I'm very familiar with JoJo and stuff. Yeah. I just haven't personally watched it myself.
Yeah, and from what I have seen of Part 6, it is also good.
Okay.
I've seen the first 12 episodes, and I really like Jolene as a protagonist.
Okay.
Prison. I think my favorite part about JoJo is each JoJo arc is a completely different genre.
Yeah.
They all kind of fall into that general shonen sphere, but they are also so drastically different into like what's happening that it's like it almost feels like completely different. Again, different shows. So anyway, yeah, that's JoJo's. Rurouni Kenshin.
This is one that I asked for. I remember. I remember watching the show, so it's definitely one that like is decently long. It's definitely not like a 12 episode, that's for sure. Yeah. And it was happening on Toonami as well.
Yes,
he is very much the main character. Is very much the premise of goofy all the time, always wants to eat, having a good time, and then gets mad super serious when fights happen.
Yeah, so I have seen the first, I think it's 3 or 4 episodes of the reboot that's happening right now.
Uh-huh.
And I got that kind of vibe from him, so.
Yeah. And he has the iconic backwards katana.
Yes.
Yeah. Flashy, nostalgic. I'll put it above mid.
Okay. Solid. Wrong show. All right. Afro Samurai.
Also very stylish. Very cool character. Afro.
Yeah, bro.
I'll put it. Yeah. I'll also put it above mid, mostly due to my lack of knowledge on it.
Yeah, I've only seen clips.
Mm-hmm. Dress Up Darling, baby!
Let's go!
It's cute. It's mad cute.
I like it.
It's a mad cute show. I love it. The dub is great too. I don't know if you saw the dub.
I watched it both. I watched both.
I watched the dub. Amanda Lee.
Did I ever show you when I was at Otakon and I got Amelie to Stein my
Yeah, you told me about that. Yeah.
I don't know if I showed you, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I love it. It's a lot of fun. I can't wait for season 2.
Yes.
I want to put it at. It does definitely get to a point where it does like.
It's okay. You can be brave. You can say good.
I want to say it was it does because I want to say God tier, but it does have the whole sexualizing thing. However, I don't even know if that's exactly the whole Japanese thing or just how the cosplay community is.
It's a mix, I think. Well,
yeah.
Also Marin's a Gyadu, which is also a not sexualized necessarily, but it is a more risque fashion sense to begin with.
Yeah.
As far as like Japanese, which is very prim and proper, right? It's an rebellious dress cut, like dress style.
Yeah.
Again, it's just the cosplay community, I think.
Yeah. So it's like I really do want to put it at God tier. It's one of my favorite romance stories I've ever seen.
You know what? I'll go with you. Marin's one of my favorite characters, just period.
Mm-hmm.
I love how unabashedly she loves her interests and how passionate she is about her hobbies. Easily, I think she's easily one of my favorite characters in anime in general.
Yeah.
And they're just Gojo and her relationship is so cute.
Also, probably one of my favorite uses of the dub in that like they localize it.
Yes.
They localize it and they modernize it very much. Like
it works.
They don't try to translate it. They just make it to a way that like I guess in a way it is translated, but they definitely like they scripted it to where, and I'm sure like she probably ad-libbed a lot of it too, but they scripted it to where like she talks like a person.
Well, right. So like the thing is right, like because she's a Gyadu, the character. Yeah. She uses slang in the Japanese too. Yeah. So it fits. It's one of those where it's like sometimes you'll see dubs where like the character's very clearly speaking politely, and they'll try to modernize. Here it makes I feel like it's one of those instances where it works perfectly because that's just how she would talk in the Japanese too. If you were to translate it over,
it's just when I like I can see a person acting a lot like Marin and talking the way Marin does. Even Gojo's like lovably awkward, and I love it.
It's
honestly
really great.
My favorite Gojo.
You know what? I second that. Best Gojo.
And he never had to hide his eyes.
All right, we got the 2 Berserks.
I really just want to put the old one at mid and the new one at trash.
That's fair.
Mostly because Berserk, guys, read the manga, man. The Berserk manga is a work of art.
Yeah. And it has not had a good at it. I just don't know why no one can get it right.
Yeah.
Like
the manga, it is one of the few mangas where I hear a lot of people who read it like actually got sick reading it because of how gruesome it got.
Oh yeah. It's dark as hell.
To give you guys a premise, if you guys don't know about Berserk, Guts was born from the corpse of his mom.
Yeah.
It's like it's gruesome and horrible and like it's just bad. It's just all bad things Like, there's very little happiness. And if there is happiness, it's not lasting long.
Yeah.
And if you like a gruesome, dark show or story, just read Berserk. Don't waste your time watching the shows.
Yeah. We just came to say, hey, Berserk manga, good, read. Berserk anime's bad, avoid. Trigun. Trigun and Trigun Stampede.
I want to put Trigun at S.
God tier?
Or at S, God tier.
So...
And I also want, I'm stuck on Stampede because mostly I'm just excited to see what they would do later.
So far from what I've seen of Stampede, I think it's also God tier.
Yeah.
Stampede is it's different. It's different, but in a good way.
Yeah.
I could both God tier. Trigun is, right, Trigun, original, very Western feelings. Trigun Stampede, way more sci-fi.
I also want to say Trigun, the thing that kept me like questioning whether I want to put it in God tiers, because it is kind of a slow start.
Oh, for base Trigun?
Yeah, it doesn't really pick up till Wolfwood shows up.
It does. It is definitely a slow start.
I
could see it in good tier.
It's just the moment Wolfwood shows up though, that's when it starts getting like God tier, and it stays God tier throughout the rest of the show.
Yeah.
The only reason why I wouldn't want it in God tier is because I know how Trigun Badlands Rumble, or not Badlands Rumble, Trigun Maximum goes. I don't know if you read that one.
I have not.
Think of it as like FMA versus FMA Brotherhood.
Okay.
It's like they take existing premises of Trigun and make them better. Like, one major character death plays out very differently.
Okay.
In the Maximum manga.
You want to lean it towards good? I'm like, for me, the original is kind of like in between good and God, so I was fine either way. Because it does have that slow start, which can like trick you almost in a way. Like if you gave it a 3-episode rule nowadays, I could see people falling off.
I'll put it at good. I'll put it at good. As much as it pains me, because Trigun is one of my favorites, but yeah, I'll put it at good.
Stampede's so freaking amazing.
Yeah, Stampede did an amazing job. I love it.
For people who don't know, I think I talked to Makoto about this. I was at Otakon. There was a whole Trigun Stampede behind the scenes thing, and man, if I haven't shown you yet, I'll show you. I have all these like pictures from behind the scenes and like storyboard stuff they had.
Ooh,
it's so cool. I'll show you sometime.
Yeah, you definitely have to show me.
Because like the like prototype designs for the plants, dude. Anyway, sorry. And it was like, oh, when I got to the panel, there was just a wall of crosses. People, cosplayers there, just put up, and they're just like rows of crosses. It's so cool. Anyway, sorry. Sidetrack. We don't want this too long. Blend S.
I haven't seen this one.
I have. It's very cute.
Okay.
It's a cafe show. And, standard like a Japanese cafe show. There's like a theme going, right? Girl joins. She decides she has like she's a resting bitch face, but she's super sweet. But they have her play the resting like the mean like sadistic character. Because again, it's like one of those like cafes.
Yeah.
It's just a comedy. It's a workplace comedy. It's cute. It's mid.
It's mid. Okay. Yeah,
it's got a great theme song though.
For sure.
Bacano. Have you seen Bacano?
Sorry, I just heard a horn outside.
I also heard your horn.
Yeah. Bacano, God tier.
Yes. Okay. Good. We're on the same page.
Yeah. I love its narrative.
Oh yeah.
I love the way it's written.
Narita is one of my favorite just Japanese writers now. We'll get to Durara in a sec, but he's a mastercraft at like crafting multi-character narratives.
I love when stories go like that, when there's just multiple narratives happening and they all connect.
Yep. So good. Yeah. Enough said. Watch it. If you haven't seen it, watch it. It's good. Ranking of Kings is one of my top 10 favorite anime.
Really? I remember you talking about that.
Yeah. So, just base premise, Bochi here, this little guy, he's deaf and therefore and also mute because of it. and he is the prince, older prince of this kingdom, and people ridicule him behind his back and everything. And it is the journey of him trying after his father's passing to become king. And it's done by Studio Wit, who did the first 3 seasons of Attack on Titan. It is, I feel like it tricked a lot of people because it looks like a kid's show, because it is animated like a storybook, like you're reading like a fairy tale, but it deals with dark stuff. It gets really mature. There's assassination plots, there is betrayals, there is he goes to the underworld. There's all this stuff happening. There is racism going on, but it is a phenomenal story. And Bochi is like, he's my comfort character. He is like the character I look to where I'm like, if I can't get through something hard, I'm like, Bochi can do it, so I can do it too. I love Ranking.
Well, Nero, put it in God.
It is God tier for me. Yeah,
put it
I could gush about Ranking King all day. Monogatari series. Have you seen any of the Monogatari series? I'm putting it all in one. So Bakken Monogatari, Nisei Monogatari, Kizu Monogatari.
Bakken Monogatari had the toothbrush scene, right?
That was Nisei.
Okay.
Monogatari is the most anime to anime.
Okay.
But it is so damn well written. Like, man, there'll be scenes where I'm like, man, that's out of pocket. But then it'll have like some of the best character writing I've ever seen. I'm like, God damn it. You say Ocean, man. I want to say for the overall quality for this series, it is God tier. It really does great character writing, like amazing character and dialogue. Even for a lot of it does anime weirdness to its maximum, but like, if you can overlook that, if you're like immune to it, like I am at this point, it is phenomenal. I want to lean God tier. You have no objection, right?
No. I heard it's really good.
Yeah. It has some infamous scenes.
Yeah.
Elfen Lied, speaking of infamous. The edgy show to edgy.
Yeah.
My first edgy show.
I haven't seen it.
Oh, you haven't?
No.
This is the OG edgy show.
That was definitely like there with like Death Note and Code Geass for me.
Okay.
Only I never ran into spoilers for that show. So I actually don't know anything about Elfen Lied.
It's one of those when you're a teenager watching it and you're like, oh man, this is the coolest edgy shit. Reflecting on it, it's not that great. It's mid. It's pretty mid. It's pretty mid. I think the manga I heard is better, but it's pretty mid. Samurai Champloo.
This is I asked for this one. I don't know if you've seen it.
I have only seen one episode.
Okay. It's stylish. It is known for its stylish combat. It's a very hip hop show.
Yes.
Dude kind of has like a mixed breakdancing sword fighting style. Very cool show. As for its story, I'm just not super familiar with it. It's been a long time.
Yeah. It was like in the early 2000s era.
Yeah. So I want to put it at above mid with Afro Samurai.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
School Days.
So I'm stuck with School Days, right? Great premise in the beginning. Masterpiece of an ending. The moment he says his first love interest, he says dating her is kind of boring. That's when it just plummets and becomes a horrible show, a horrible story.
School Days. So, if you don't know, right, the ending they adapted is one of the bad endings from the visual novel. Man, good boat.
Good boat. And you know what? that's something I love about it, is that it adapts one of the bad endings.
Yep.
And which is something that a lot of shows don't particularly do unless they cover multiple endings.
So, School Days is one of those things I deep dive. Have never read the visual novel, but did I deep dive into the lore? Yes. Is the family tree in School Days the most disturbing family tree I've ever seen? Yes. Because there's prequels. There's prequel visual novels, and there's some people are related to other people who should not be dating each other, and they just don't know they're related. This is some Greek tragedy shit.
Yeah,
I don't know whether
the main character is a shithead, a manipulator, and overall just not a good person.
He is the worst. He is the worst of the worst.
And the thing
awful.
is, I spoil it for everyone because I don't want you to have to sit here and watch the garbage of it.
Like, I don't
just
know whether
watch the ending. Like, just know that the main character is a shithead and watch the ending.
It is an absolute train wreck of a show. That being said, where are we putting it? This is like the Uno negative reverse side.
I'm gonna put it at trash.
Okay.
I'm gonna put it at trash because I don't want people watching it. I just want people to watch the ending and know that he's a bad guy. Good ending, but it does not justify everything else. It's still shit.
Can you imagine them adapting one of the good endings and giving him a payoff? Because that would have sucked. Anyway, there you have it. School Days. Gakko Gadashi.
I don't know what that is.
Okay, This is a great show. This is you know what? I'm just gonna put it. I don't want to. This is one of the few shows where I'm like, I don't want to spoil the twist. I'm just gonna put it in good, and say, everyone, even if you don't watch the show, watch the first episode. It works as a standalone short.
Okay.
And then if you want to know more, just watch the rest of the show, and you get more out of it. But that first episode is perfection.
Okay.
Yeah. I highly recommend. Give the first episode. My Happy Marriage. This is a more recent shoujo that aired.
I haven't seen it.
I put this on you because I really loved it.
Okay.
It's a shoujo. Girl gets an arranged marriage kind of deal. Mm-hmm. Has Cinderella story vibes.
Yeah.
With a little bit of supernatural stuff going on in the background. It's just a cute, wholesome show. I think it's above mid.
Okay.
Really pretty.
Okay.
I enjoyed it.
Cowboy Bebop.
1, 2, 3. Cowboy Bebop.
Cowboy Bebop. Iconic.
Oh yeah. Very iconic. I'm gonna reveal my secret now.
What's your secret?
I haven't finished Cowboy Bebop.
And why haven't you finished it? Is it just that you haven't?
I watched 3 episodes, and I don't. Episodic shows are hard for me to get into. So I couldn't do it. I couldn't get into it. I apologize, world. I'm sorry for my transgression.
I definitely think it is. I personally find it a little overrated.
Okay.
Do I think like and I do think though it's one of the best dubs ever made.
That's what I hear.
The dub is really good. I want to put it. It is good. I don't know if I want to put it good or above mid. I mean, let's put it at good. I'm sure some people find it to be one of the best shows ever made.
Yeah.
I find it to be a little overrated. So that's just me.
I couldn't get it. I'm sure it gets amazing later. Episodic shows are just hard for me sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
So I have
put it in God tier, Nero. Put it in God tier. Let's go.
I've been watching the current season.
Yeah.
Okay. It's good. It's real good.
Here's the thing.
It's real good.
Spy Family, not a phenomenal show. But boy, does it just make you feel good.
It hits the happy. It hits the endorphins.
In this world that's just full of shit, bad things going on, drama everywhere, people pissed at everyone, you can always feel good putting on an episode of Spy Family.
Yeah, it feel good.
It's a nice comfort show. It's wholesome. It's silly. The action can be really good. And it's just good. I love it.
Good television. It feel good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I concur. Vivi. Fluoride's Eye Song. Did you see this?
No. I don't think
This
so.
is this is really good actually. It is set in a future where robots, as they do, androids, and the robot apocalypse happens, and other robot comes back in time to prevent the robot apocalypse. And it can only come back in time by following another robot. The only robot that existed back like in the past and is still in the present. That's the only way they could do that. So it's following this singing robot, Vivi, who's the only robot, and the reason that robot exists is because she was in a museum for like old school robots of importance. And so it tasks the singing robot to help them with the mission to stop the robot apocalypse. It's really fun. Written by the same author as ReZero. It's really good.
Where would you put it?
Good.
Good. Okay.
It's also done by Studio Wit. Great fight choreography, great music. Yeah.
Okay.
Great dub too. That's why I watched it.
Okay.
Call of the Night. Have you seen Call of the Night or heard of Call of the Night?
Let me look it up because I definitely can't tell from like
the image
that
there.
icon.
Yeah, it's small.
Yeah. Let me see. Because it's a very generic name, so.
Yeah. It's a newer show. Came out a year
Is that
ago.
Edward Elric?
What?
There's a dude in a red hoodie with blonde hair, and I was like, is that Edward Elric? Here, I'll send you the screenshot. I'll send you a screenshot of this.
Oh, yeah. That guy.
Yeah, I've never seen this.
It is it's about a guy who has insomnia. So he just goes out and wanders the night, and he meets a vampire.
Oh.
And they have chill night adventures together.
Well, that's nice.
It's got really cool lo-fi, it's lo-fi beats were an anime. It's just got this chill, low vibe, and it is gorgeous night animations. It looks pretty.
Okay.
I think it's above mid.
Okay.
I'll take your word for it. It's just a cool, chill show. Fruits Basket, the OG one.
I hear a lot of really good things about the OG Fruit Basket. A lot of people said it was like back then when I was in high school. A lot of people were saying that it was the natural progression of if you finish Clannad, go to Fruit Basket.
Interesting.
I personally did not find it that great.
Okay.
I know it is like a soft spot for a lot of people's hearts.
I know my sister.
But I honestly want to put it at mid. I'm gonna stand my ground. And say it's mid.
I know my sister. She's only watched the new one, but she's like it's one of her top 10, I think. But that's the new one. So I don't know about. She never saw the old one.
Yeah, I'm sure Luna probably has a different opinion, but she didn't. But she's not here. So
tough noodles.
Yeah.
Chobits.
Now this was a Luna special. This is her favorite anime.
So I'm about to piss her off real bad. I think it's kind of mid. I've seen it. I think it's kind of mid.
Ooh, should I get her?
No, I don't want to die. You can find out later and then kill me. I think it's kind of mid.
Don't kill me live on mic. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. I think it's kind of mid.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, it's alright.
She got a
Guy
tattoo.
orders a robot. Just a cute robot.
She's got a tattoo of it on her leg.
Yeah.
God. All right, put him in.
I think it's kind of mid.
Put it in. You're dead now.
I know. I'm already dead. I'm just a corpse right now. Bastard.
This is a show that has been around, and I was aware of it, and that's about it.
So, the OG Bastard was 6 episodes, right?
Uh-huh.
And this is the remake that's been airing. And I have not seen the original, but I am watching the remake. It's fun. It's fun. It is 80s as hell.
Okay.
It's technically a shonen. It leans into seinen, but I know it's a shonen because they literally at times say, we can't show this. They break the fourth wall and be like, we can't show this. This isn't a shonen manga.
So they tell you. Gotcha.
Yeah. Bastard is about a bastard. He's a downright dick.
Uh-huh.
It's the premise is post-apocalyptic world, right?
Uh-huh.
Humanity nuked itself or whatever, and now we're in like post-apocalyptic has now become Fantasyland. And it's magic. There's magic. It's very old school D&D 1.5. It's not 1.1e inspired. It's the full title is Bastard Heavy Metal Fantasy, and the reason for that is everything is named after American heavy metal bands. The capital city is Metallicana. So I'll let you stir with that one.
Yeah. AC/DC. Yeah.
Yeah. It is. God damn it. God damn it. It is very like lots of heavy metal references. The spells are all like heavy metal references, all the names, everything. Dark Schneider is the main character, and he was the bad guy who's now right. So the premise is right, King's being attacked by these dark lords. The previous like demon lord guy, Dark Schneider, was sealed away into this boy Lucian by the great sage. And they decide, okay, well, the only way we can survive this is if we unleash the seal on the kid, so he can hopefully use Dark Schneider's power to protect us. The seal is broken, and Dark Schneider comes out, and because he was raised by the priest, the head sage's daughter, he's attached to her, and he keeps helping them solely because he likes her. Otherwise, he hates everyone else, and he was the villain. It's fun. It's a fun ride. I think it's above mid. But it is also very like heavy metal in every aspect. So it is fan service heavy. It is violent. It's all the things you can associate with like it blood, sex, and magic.
Sweet.
It is
every D&D fan.
Yes, that is the show.
That is Baldur's Gate, the anime.
So,
blood, sex, and magic.
Yep. So that's Bastard. Gundam: The Witch of Mercury. Have you seen? I guess you probably haven't, right? You haven't seen many Gundams besides SD, right?
SD, and there's one that was like extremely incoherent as well.
Okay, so this is the newest Gundam, Witch of Mercury.
Yep, definitely haven't seen
it. First openly gay couple in a Gundam show.
Oh.
Also, first female protagonist in a Gundam show.
Oh, progressive.
Very progressive. It's solid for a Gundam. I feel like it was too short. It didn't get enough time to grow. It like speeds through some of its conflicts.
Yeah. Probably because of the gay, honestly.
Yeah, it sold really
well.
How
Japan is.
Yeah, I know.
Gays.
So it did speed through quickly. I think it was only 25 episodes, which, as you know, Gundam shows are usually 50. They're massive. So it kind of sped through a little bit too quickly. Because of that, some of the points fall apart. So it's kind of above mid.
Okay.
That's where I'd put it. I think, though, the prequel episode is a prequel 1 hour special. And to me, that's like a literally perfect, that's like God tier, this prequel. But then it just, again, it's a great setup. Now, we'll get to my favorite trigger show. Cyberpunk Edge Runners.
I mean, this got Anime of the Year last year.
It did. I think it's God tier.
Yeah, we can put it there.
You still haven't seen it, right?
Nope.
Damn it! As I say this, I have like 5. I think I was 1, 2, not 5, 3 Edge Runner prints behind me.
Here's my progress in the show. I've started playing the games.
There it is.
I saw the first episode.
Yeah, it's very good.
It's cool from what I've seen so far. I can't really remember why we stopped. I think it was just that we just never continued. I think that's all it was.
Phenomenal dub too.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Hi, Zach.
Shout out to Zach Aguilar.
Shout out to Zach Aguilar, baby.
Blue Lock, the soccer anime.
I haven't seen it.
It's really good. I highly recommend it.
Okay. I've been wanting to watch more sports anime. I wanted to finally finish Kuroko no Basket. I want to start Haikyuu, and so Blue Lock is probably one I should probably watch too.
Yeah, Blue Lock's really good. The premise is Japan sucks at soccer.
Oh.
So they are trying to get they come with a plan to create the ultimate striker position, right? So
I was a striker when I was in soccer.
So they recruit all these best strikers from all over Japan and put them in a battle royale, basically.
Oh.
Where they're like, hey, here, if you basically fall out of what's called the Blue Lock, you can never join professional soccer in Japan. Ever. So they don't kill you. They just say, you can never pursue soccer professionally until there's only one striker left. And that striker will be the greatest striker Japan has ever seen. And so that's the premise. So everyone's right. How do you up the stakes of a sports anime? You put their professional careers on the line.
Yeah.
It is very good. It leans more towards the Kuroko style of sports anime, where they kind of have like low key superpowers.
Yeah, Kuroko got weird for me when I saw someone shoot through their hands.
Yeah,
and I was like, I don't know about that.
They all have like a unique skill, so it leans more. Yeah. It's not as superpowery as Kuroko, but it definitely leans that way.
Yeah, I'm sure they probably had some sort of loophole though, so that's why I say I want to continue.
Yeah, Kuroko. I believe you're thinking of the Phantom Shot. So there's all these technical explanations in Kuroko for everything they do that make it semi-feasible.
And I'm sure there was some sort of loophole thing rather than an actual thing that they do. There's probably a trick to it.
I remember a friend once sent me a clip of someone doing of actual professional NBA players doing some of the stuff that's done in Kuroko. And I'm like, oh shit.
I mean, the thing is, a good amount of it can be translated to actual basketball things.
They just make it super powery for shonen.
Yeah. But the only thing was the Phantom Shot. What I was like, I
don't know about that one, Chief.
Yeah.
I think Blue Lock is good though.
Okay.
I really like Blue Lock. And soccer is my least favorite sport. So
only the thing is, they can get tapped in that show and actually be horribly injured.
Yes.
Unlike actual soccer, where they just get tapped and they're like, ah! But they're actually fine.
Tekken Bloodline.
I really need to watch it.
6 episodes, mate. 6 episodes.
Mm-hmm. It's on Netflix though.
Yeah. It was surprising.
I never think to go on Netflix, and I never had Netflix. Luna's the one that has Netflix, and I can watch it, but it's just I just never think to go to Netflix anymore.
It's surprisingly good.
Yeah. I hear. Tekken has been really lacking as far as their cinematic content. So to hear Bloodline is good, I'm actually sweet, awesome.
Yeah.
They had a live action show that was or a movie, I think. That was actually
That existed.
And their animated movies were also
Yeah.
But
it adapted the third game's plot. Which iconic game. Iconic plot.
For sure.
Ogre. The introduction of Jin.
Yeah.
I hope they do another season and adapt Tekken 4's plot.
Yeah. That's the thing. They have or they could even do a prequel.
Yeah, to be Tekken 1 and 2.
Yeah. They have room for anything.
I put it above mid. Honestly, I was really pleasantly surprised.
Sure. Okay.
Steins Gate.
Steins Gate is iconic. That's one where people love it. People love it.
I love it too.
A lot of people claim it's their favorite. Yeah. I hear that quite a bit.
I think it's God tier. I think it's one of the one show I've ever seen that's done time travel perfectly with no issues.
Yeah, I hear that. Complaints. Yeah. We started watching it and we just never continued. That's the trend.
It is a slow build.
Yeah. No, Luna loves it. It's one of her favorite shows.
Yeah, it is. It's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Highly recommend, everyone. I both watched it and read the visual novel. So, canon, another key work.
In my opinion, that show is so mid.
Damn. I put it above mid.
We could do above mid.
I liked it. I mean, it's no clan ad.
I thought it was just so mid, man. Like, it's older, so I was like, the art also looked creepier.
Did you watch it before or after clan ad?
After.
I watched it before, so my standards weren't. Because so. But I think it's still great.
I like the Anteater reference that Clannad has. The little Anteater plushie. And by little, I mean the huge Anteater plushie.
Okay. Idolmaster. Have you seen that? Or any thoughts beyond idols?
Head empty.
Okay. Eileen above. We'll leave mid. It's good. It's good. It's mid. Pretty mid.
Okay. Yo, move!
Yu-Gi-Oh!
God, what a show. What a show. I want to put it at good.
I agree. Yoji Yu-Gi-Oh! The regional king of games.
Man, it does the... It really, like, man, it's like, let's throw the rules out the window because we just want to sell this show. We want to sell this game to people.
So, my question, do you know the story of how it transitioned to Duel Monsters?
I know season 0 was like dark as fuck.
Yeah, so the manga was the adaptation of the season 0 is the adaptation of the beginning of the manga.
Yeah.
Which had nothing to do with Duel Monsters. It was just a different game each week, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then one of the episodes they did Duel Monsters, or one of the chapters rather, and it got so popular with people that is like, you know what? Well, that he pivoted and decided to instead make the rest of the show about Duel Monsters.
Mm-hmm.
Which means he was making up the rules on the fly because it was a made-up game. So when it adapted, right, the reason the rules of the show don't match the card game is because the card game rules came after when they actually had to make it into a sellable game.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's why the rules don't make sense.
Screw the rules, I have money.
Yes. GX.
I thought it was good as well.
Yeah, I like GX a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Slifer Red.
I like the school concept.
Yes, I really like school.
I really wanted to go to a Yu-Gi-Oh school.
Dang. What is their economy like when they have professional duelist schools?
God, it's just so it was such a cool concept. I always remember like I was like my older brother was an Obelisk blue, I'm a raw yellow, my little brother's a Slifer red.
Did you ever play the game where you made your own character, the GBA game, and you had to like you got ranked and stuff and you took tests and stuff?
Was there a DS game as well or no?
I don't. There definitely was. It just wasn't.
I definitely played a game where that was a thing.
But yeah, GX was fun.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, never got finished dubbing.
That's
the last
fine.
season never got dubbed, which is unfortunate because it was a very good season. Darker too. That's probably why they never dubbed it.
Yeah.
And
5Ds. 5Ds is when the show. Man, they were like card games on motorcycles, baby.
Like, look, is it dumb? Yeah. Is it cool though? Yeah.
Yeah.
I only saw a little bit of this show, so I don't have too much of an opinion.
Yeah. I will say above mid.
Okay.
It definitely felt like it downgraded.
Yeah, I feel that.
And then I never watched Zeal or the one after.
Neither did I. So we just left them off the list.
Yeah. Or Zexel, if you guys want to pronounce the X, but I've been corrected violently that it's Zeal.
Zexel. Just gonna say it to piss people off. Zexel.
Yeah.
Bludgeoning Angel Dokuro-chan.
I'm getting torn.
It's such a stupid fun show.
It's such a stupid funny show.
Bokura no Tenshi.
If you want a comedy, God tier. If you want a good romance story, it's all right.
Yeah, it is a comedy first.
Mm-hmm.
I think we can middle ground it at good.
Yeah, I think that's safe. Yeah.
Yeah. Buddy Daddies. You have not seen this, right?
I have not seen this.
You want more Spy Family but can't watch Spy Family? Watch Buddy Daddies.
Okay.
It's about two assassins, hitmen, raising a little girl that they had to pick up because they assassinated her dad, who she didn't know. She was gonna go meet her dad because her mom was like, go find your dad. I don't want him. I don't want you anymore. Kind of deal.
But they continue with their assassination job.
Yeah, because they have to raise her.
Okay. I love that. I love that concept.
It's two bros being bros, who may or may not be something more, and they're hitmen. You know, they're her dads.
Awesome. Where would you put it?
I think it's you know, it actually has a great ending. I might put it at Gotcha with Spy Family.
Okay.
Like, I think it's that. It has, if you want a Spy Family-esque show that has a definitive ending, that's actually like a very good ending. Right here. Buddy Daddies. Chainsaw Man.
Happy Day. I don't watch it.
I do. And I am hesitating between good and God tier.
I know my brother doesn't like it, but that's as far as I know. I know it's very popular, so
it's very good. Yeah, God tier. I can't in good faith put in good.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I don't even know how to describe this show. It's just good. It's just really freaking good.
And I know we're in our second part, but I also want to premise we are not, obviously, as you guys can tell, we are not ordering these within the tiers. Like, it's just.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah, we're not gonna go that far into detail.
All right, let's pick up speed.
Shield Hero.
Raji the Shield Hero. I think it's above mid to good. Second season wasn't great. Above mid.
Yeah, I keep hearing like mixed reception for the seasons and stuff.
First season was really good, and then it kind of falls off. So before I would put it good, but I think the negative, like how not good season 2 was, pushed it to above mid.
Did we put Bo Furry in this list?
No, you did not mention it.
Oh fuck.
Or it wasn't on the type. You may have verbally said it to me, but it wasn't on the type stuff, so I just didn't.
Yeah. I'd put it at good if it was on the list. Bo Furry.
Honorary Bo Furry regular.
Honorary good. Yeah.
Heavenly Delusions. This is you. That was a deep breath.
I love it, but I want more. It needs more, and there is going to be more. It was just released this year, so it definitely needs more. But it's like it's not like it feels rushed or anything. So it's like it's just the fact that it's still.
I keep hearing phenomenal things about it. It's just it's on Hulu.
It's really good.
So it's hard. It's like you with Netflix is me with Hulu.
Yeah. It's a great show. My coworkers and I like marathon the show in one sitting. And it's fun to watch with a group. If you can watch it with a group, I highly recommend it. Cuz to bounce theories off each other of like I think like to explain your connections and it might bring to light someone else, or might bring up another perspective that you might not have thought of. It's a lot of fun. Yeah. It's a great show. I'll put it in God tier. I think
Okay.
I think it's great.
Alrighty.
It's so good.
Metabots.
I don't remember this shit. I remember I remember that orange shit, but that's it.
I remember this show. I love this show.
Okay.
I honestly think as a kid show, like it had, and I've watched some retrospects on it too, and man, it was ahead of its time for a kid show. It's above mid.
Okay.
It got great animation.
Okay.
It dealt with some cool concepts. Bring back Metabots. Ike Tosin.
Can we put that below mid? Unless you want to argue.
No, I haven't seen it.
It's my so an ex friend of mine told me it's like Dragon Ball Z but with women. So I was like, okay, I gave it a watch. He wanted me to voice the main guy character. First off, the main guy character fucking sucks. It's definitely like female fighters, the show and stuff.
It's very long running. I think it's like 6 seasons now.
Yeah. It like it's a cool premise, but man, like it just doesn't really like it just doesn't like I don't know, it just doesn't work well.
Okay.
It's like it doesn't really respect the women a whole lot, I don't think. Especially considering it's a women running show.
Gotcha. Shuffle. I love Shuffle. Shuffle is my favorite romance drama. Hesitate to call this a rom-com. Because
My
way
my
more
ex
drama.
my best friend from high school also loved it very much. It was the show he watched after Clannad.
Yeah, it is drama filled. It introduced me to my first yandere character.
Mm-hmm.
I really like it. I legit wrote Shuffle fan fiction. That's how deep in I was into Shuffle.
I see you inching your way to God.
I don't think I could put it quite there. I'm gonna put it good.
Okay.
In good conscience, I don't think I could put it on the same level as those other ones because
Yeah.
it can be trashy at times, but it's good trash. It's popcorn trash. Guilty Crown.
It was my OG Hiroyuki Sawano show.
Listen to everyone's OG Hiroyuki Sawano show.
I don't know. Not everyone watched it. I hear the ending was a little bit meh.
Yeah, the ending was meh. But man, when he started grading people,
or just like
yo,
honestly, I think it got pretty meh after the time skip.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I do think the music is amazing. The music carries.
Music is phenomenal, man. BIOS is such a great track.
Between Sawano and Egoist, like this music's god tier, and the animation's gorgeous. Just the plot,
yeah.
You know? It's just that plot, ain't it? Above me.
I remember when they finally dubbed the show, and I watched the trailer. I downloaded that trailer in MP3 format to listen to on my phone while I was on my way to work. I loved the way that trailer was made.
Where are you leading?
I'll put it above mid.
Okay. Halo Legends.
Halo Legends. This is very much like a Star Wars Visions. There's multiple stories that it tells throughout the show. So some stories are really good and some of them are just kind of meh. So I'll put it above mid.
Okay. Avatar: The Last Airbender. Anyone who says not anime, fuck you, it's our list.
Yeah, God tier.
Yeah.
No questions asked.
Yep.
Moving on.
Korra.
Korra. Mid.
So, I am... See, look, I'm me with controversial opinions. I am a Korra defender. I think the season 3 and 4 of Korra is as good as season 2 and 3 of Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Okay.
I think season 2 is kind of crap.
Yeah.
Season 1's pretty good.
So where do you want it?
I'm thinking good.
Okay, you want to settle on above mid?
Fine.
Okay.
Fine. Also, J.K. Simmons, man.
Yeah, that's fine. J.K. Simmons can be in it. He can do whatever he wants. He's J.K. motherfucking Simmons.
Psychopaths.
Oh, dang it. Psychopaths. Oh, man. I haven't watched it.
Damn it. It's really good.
Okay.
Season 2 is kind of shit though.
Wait, did we actually put Code Lyoko in this fucking list?
Yeah. We wrote it down.
We did.
I think it's first season. First season I'd put God tier, but season 2 and 3 are mid. So that averages out to
above mid. I'll tell you now. I'll say it now.
Yeah, thank you. Hikaru no Go.
Hikari no Go. This is my meme show. Is
it?
This is the one I go to when I say like, it's like, hey dude, you want to watch? It's like, are you done with Yu-Gi-Oh? You should watch Hikari no Go.
God damn.
I'll just put mid. It's all right. It's all right.
Tokyo Ghoul. Here's the thing.
You did.
I wasn't even the biggest fan of Tokyo Ghoul's first season, and then it fell off even worse. So I'm at mid or below mid.
Did you read the manga at all?
No.
I hear a lot that it's a manga show.
Yeah.
It's definitely much like there's definitely people who love the anime, but everyone who I know who reads the manga definitely says the manga is way better. So I never told you Dead Man Wonderland. Fuck.
Damn it. I would have things to say too. I have thoughts of that.
Yeah.
Below mid? What do you want at mid?
I'd say let's throw them a bone. Let's throw it at mid.
Okay.
Real quick, where would you put Dead Man Wonderland?
Okay,
no, drop that at God. Hang on, drop that at God, okay, and then
Thank you.
Where would you put Dead Man Wonderland?
Mid to below mid.
Yeah, mid. Manga's good.
That's what I hear. It kind of fell apart in the last 5 episodes.
Yeah, manga's good.
Full premise.
Manga's good. Anime is mid. Yeah. Okay, Code Geass S. No questions asked. It's phenomenal.
Kira no Mosaic. Have you seen or heard of it?
No. Looks like a chibi Haruhi Suzumiya to me.
Cute girls doing cute English things. Basically, this girl, the green-haired one, I can't see it, is a huge Westaboo.
Uh-huh.
And new transfer student comes in who's from England, and she gets super obsessed about it. And it's just cute girls doing English Brit things. That's mid.
It's mid.
It's mid. Okay. But it's cute, and I know a lot of people love the what's it called? Have a lot of it's like one of those anime profile picture shows.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
I understand exactly what you mean, actually. So
you get what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
B got to HK. Do you know this show?
And wait, what is it?
B got to HK or Yamada's first time in dub.
No.
This show is such a good comedy. Premise: main girl Yamada. Her goal when she gets to high school is she wants to have sex with 100 dudes.
Wow.
But she needs to get experience first, so she can't lose her virginity to some super good-looking guy who's clearly had sex with a bunch of people who can be embarrassed about it. So she's like, who is the most virgin dude in the school? Him. All right, I gotta have sex with him first. And it's just a comedy about her trying to get in his pants and him being like, what's happening? It's actually really well written and funny though. It sounds really crass. There's almost zero fan service though.
That's interesting. Okay.
It's a really funny show. Female lead, right? So it is all from her perspective.
Yeah.
It is a really funny show. I do highly recommend it, and the dub is really good.
Okay.
I put it in good. I actually went and bought this on Blu-ray. That's how much I liked it.
Oh, okay.
I've rewatched it a few times. It's really funny. Code Lyoko, baby.
Code Lyoko.
First off, great music.
This is excluding the weird after seasons, right? The
live action stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, this is animation only.
Yeah, just the animation. It was starting to get cool.
Yeah.
With the I forgot his name. The guy with the Buster Sword.
Was it Zane?
Zane, probably. That sounds like a name he'd have. Yeah.
Yeah. He was cool.
Yeah. Cool premise. Loved it. Loved watching it day to day. Definitely was like a problem of the week sort of thing.
Yeah. Banger soundtrack.
Yeah.
Subdigitals.
Above mid.
Yeah. Shout out to the French for that one.
Hey.
Thank you, French.
The favorite French anime.
My favorite French anime is actually Miraculous Ladybug, but that's beside the point. It's not here.
Okay.
Magical Girl Lyrical Nanoha.
That sounds familiar.
It is another quintessential magical girl show.
Yeah.
I really like it. Okay, so the first season plays it very straight. Season 2 onward, it's basically, what if magical girls were Gundams?
Whoa!
They shoot lots of lasers, dude.
Wait, that sounds cool.
It gets super sci-fi. There's like squadrons. It's so sci-fi.
Wait, is that I remember seeing a clip of the show of like this magical girl who transformed into like a vehicle, like a transformer.
They don't actually transform into vehicles, so no.
Huh. Oh, okay.
But like people call it Gundam because they use the absurd amount of lasers they shoot. First season's above mid. Second season's good. Third season's above mid. Oh, I originally out to above mid.
Okay.
Bobo.
I thought it was People Pa. Oh, it's Bobo.
It's Bobo. Bobo, ain't it?
Man, this is a fever dream.
This is a show that existed.
It existed, and it existed in between all of our favorite shows. In the Toonami lineup, at least.
I remember seeing episodes of it, but that's it. He had long mustache. It was wiggly.
Those were nose hairs.
Oh, you're right. Sorry.
Those were nose hairs, Nero.
You're right.
Man. Like, can we have a God Trash tier? Like,
we might need it for a few other shows coming up. So, I have a few shows on here that
we could put it in. We could put it in mid. It's like, it's a funny show. It's a funny show.
Haruhi.
People swear by this show, man.
I also swear by this show. I have light novels.
I'll say good, but if you want to say God, I won't.
No, it's good. Endless 8 exists. I can't put it in good conscience, but in got you with the Endless 8 existing.
Yeah. I do hear like some things were like a little meh with it.
Yeah. It also, it's one of those like, you can't just watch the show because there's no, the order it aired. There's no like, to find the correct viewing order is like a whole show in itself.
Yeah, but you love that. Show. You love that, Mr. Fate fan.
I do love that kind of shit. But I would never put that on someone else in good conscience. Death Note. I think it's good.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's good.
And that's it. It's good. It's Death Note. Like, I don't know what the people it's Death Note. Shadow and Emeralds.
I don't know this show.
Okay. We're in season 2 right now airing.
Real quick, I'm gonna interrupt you. We are hitting the 130 mark. I say we stop right before Naruto because I feel like we can talk quite a bit about Naruto.
Okay, so is this officially becoming a 3-parter?
I mean, do you think we can somehow knock all this out
in 30 minutes if we do it at a 2-hour? No, never mind. 3-parter. Okay. All right, cool.
Yeah. So let's stop right before Naruto.
All right, and then we'll do some speed rounds. We'll end this at a 3-parter, and then we're good for 3 weeks.
I don't know. We can work something out. We'll see.
We'll figure it out. Okay. Shadow and Emeralds. Isekai. But it is an isekai about a guy who's full chuni. You know chuni, right? What chuni means? Chunibyo?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
He's full Chunibyo.
Mm.
But like he devoted his life to it in real life, like when he was here, right? Like man was like, I'm basically is like I'm gonna be. He calls it the Emerald's Shadow, but dude was like, I'm gonna become Daredevil / Batman. Like, and he legit like did vigilante shit in real life. Then he dies, gets carted to another world, and he puts all that training to use. But he thinks so. All this shooting stuff starts happening around him with this weird cult and stuff. He thinks everyone's just playing along with his Chuny fantasies, though, when it's actually happening. It is a parody on Isekai, basically. It is very funny. Because this man will do the most absurd shit. And it'll, like, he's clearly, he just thinks everyone else is doing a bit with him, but they're not. Like, it's so funny. I think it's good.
Okay.
It's just consistently good, and it's well animated.
All right.
Pluto.
You were praising this a lot to me.
Yeah, I've raved about Pluto, and I'll continue to rave. I think it's god tier. I think it's one of the best written shows I've seen in a long time.
All right. Moving on.
Punchline. Have you seen Punchline?
No.
Bro, do I gotta... Okay. This character, right here. Whenever they see panties, the world ends.
What?
Like the actual apocalypse. Like the whole earth blows up. Moving on. That's the base premise line. To try to explain more, it gets more absurd as it goes on.
So where would you put it?
I think it's good. No, like you don't understand. It's such a so the world ends when he sees panties. He dies and then his ghost gets sent back into the past. So he's trying to avoid his past self, who's still alive, from seeing the end of the world. From crossing the end of the world. It gets crazy, like off the walls, like trigger shit, bonkers. But it's not my trigger. With plot twists everywhere. And there's a cat ghost with him too. It's really good actually.
Okay.
The actual show's called Punchline, but it's like supposed to be like it's like one of those like words that sounds the same in Japanese. It's supposed to be panty line / punchline, but it's the punchline of the joke.
Oh, got you.
I think it's good. I think it's highly underrated. Like his dorm mates are actually secretly superheroes. Like there's all this weird shit happening. It's off the walls crazy. I think it works. Okay, Cross Ange.
I don't know this one.
Don't know whether to put this in god tier or trash tier.
Wow.
It's one of those. It's one of those so bad it's good. This show is about a girl who, I guess, she was a princess, and in this society, if you don't have, if you have magic, you get sent to prison. And she discovers that she does, and she gets sent to prison, and in the prison, I think only women aren't this, whatever, something like that. They fight dragons on mechs.
As weird as this sounds, I think if we're going to put Boba Bill at mid, then we should probably put this show at mid.
No, it's different. It's different. Because it's how do I explain? Because they fight dragons with mechs. That's cool.
Okay.
But there's also the most absurdest shit ever. The mechs are powered by singing. And there's interdimensional time travel and multi-timeline nonsense. I think trash. I think we need more trash.
Okay.
I love this show. It is objectively bad.
Okay.
I think that's how I would put it.
All right. I'll settle on that. Yeah.
Higurashi.
I hear it's phenomenal.
It is phenomenal.
I freaked out at one specific scene because I don't do very well with horror.
Yeah, you would not do well with this show.
Yeah. Banger opening, love it.
Banger opening, yeah. Honestly, I think it's god tier.
It's an iconic psych horror, yeah.
Yeah. I legitimately love this show. One
Zatch
of the few
Bell?
like.
Oh.
Zatch Bell?
Is that what that is, Zatch Bell?
Yeah, that's Zatch Bell.
Okay, yeah. That was an old Toonami classic.
Yep.
Say it's above mid.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I had a book. I like the book from it. It's cool.
Is this God tier?
Persona 4 the animation?
Yeah.
No.
Huh?
It's mid.
Okay.
Like, it does the job of adapting the story, but it can't capture the true game, you know?
Yeah.
But it gets the job done.
Okay.
If you have someone who just doesn't have the time to put 80 hours into a game, you put 20 hours into the show,
Mm-hmm.
you get the story. K. Have you seen K?
Nope.
K's weird. K's really weird. I don't even know how to describe K. Like, it's gang wars with color codes and superpowers.
Kind of like Durarara.
Yeah, but not as good.
Okay.
Mid?
Below mid?
Like, the first day I would have put above mid, but it gets kind of worse as it goes on. So mid.
Okay. And that's that.
All right. So this is the end of part 2. Thank you all for watching.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Makoto. Deeply.
Deeply. Whoa.
Deeply. Makoto, where can people find you?
You can find me on Twitter, MakotoDragon_, and you can find me on YouTube and Twitch, MakotoDragon.
And you can find me at the same places at Nero v. Belial. We will see you all in the part 3.
Goodbye!
We will definitely conclude this. This was an undertaking. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.